Alright, so in this lesson we are going to identify proportional relationships given a table, and we're going to construct other representations. So let's go ahead and look at this first table that we have. If we thought about this as equal fractions, you could see like this would be times 2 times 2. You could see how these are all equal fractions. And even like 2 times 0 is 0, 3 times 0 is 0. So, but normally you won't see horizontal tables like the sideways one. You'll see these vertical tables more often. So we know that these are equal fractions, like 6 times 2, and then 12 times 3, 2 times 2, 4 times 3. Now, but there's this other pattern that we have right here. This is times 3, times 3, times 3. There's even one here. This is times 1.5, times 1.5, times 1.5. It's just easier to see in this table, for whatever reason it is to me. So let's talk about both of these tables. For a table to show a proportional relationship, you have to go through 0, 0. Even if it doesn't show it, it has to make sense that if it's 0, the other one is also 0. This is called the origin. And also, you see this number that we're multiplying by times 3, times 3, times 3. Like even here, times 3 would give you 0. Here it is times 1.5 all the way across. So this is called a constant of proportionality. So we'll say it differently. We're going to say multiply by same number. This is called the constants with a K. That's how I learned it. I think they use a C now, but I'm pretty sure I had a teacher use this. Constant of proportionality. Okay. Let's look at example 1. Example 1 has 0, an x and a y. 0, 3. Well, first, it doesn't go through 0, 0. So this one is not proportional. So let's look for any others actually that don't. Oh, this one and this one. So this one's not, and this one's not. All right. So let's look at these 3 right here. All right, so 0, 0, we're good. 0, 0, we're good. Let's figure out what we're going to multiply here. If you don't know what you multiply going to the right, then you divide going to the left. So this one, 1 divided by 4. This one, if we're multiplying that way, to figure out what we multiply by, we do 2 divided by 8. If we don't know what we multiply going to the right, we divide 3 divided by 12. And you will get 0.25. 0.25, 0.25. So this is proportional. Let's check this one. 0, 0. So if we don't know what it is, we have to do 6.6 divided by 3. Which is, let me write that a little bit nicer. Divided by 3 is 2.2. So that means this is times 2.2. And this one, if we don't know, we do 8.8 divided by 4, which is actually 2.2 again. So we're good so far. And this one is 11.1 divided by 5. This one I will probably need some help doing. So 11.1 divided by 5 equals 2.22. So this is times 2.22. You see how this one's different? How this one's different right here? That means it's not proportional. This is different from this one right here because these we all multiplied by 0.25. And we proved that by dividing. I imagine that y'all understand this, so I'm going to move on to the next section. Alright, so let's go ahead and first thing we're going to do is, well, we're given a table. First thing we're going to do is make sure it's proportional. So 0, 0, good. This is times 3. If you didn't know it, you would do 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that's times 3. This is also times 3. Remember, if you don't know it, if you didn't know it, or if it's decimal or something weird, you just 9 divided by 3, which is 3. This one, 15 divided by 5 is 3, and the last one is 36 divided by 12 is 3. So these are all times 3. So this is proportional. So the cost, remember, is the topic, that's what's on the right, it's what we care about right now in reference to the other. So the cost is proportional to the number of eggs that's good enough. And the cost, once again, is the topic, so that's our dependent variable. And we measure that in dollars, I presume. Yeah, dollars. Our independent variable, which will determine how much our cost is E, which is the number of eggs. And it looks like these are measured in dozens. Alright, so our equation, so we took the eggs and we multiplied by 3. Ooh, that's might look a little confusing, so I'm gonna change my E. We took the number of eggs, we multiplied by 3, and we got the cost. I also want you to write it a different way. I want you writing it as the cost is equal to 3 times the number of eggs in dozens. Alright, so the one that is the topic, the one that we care about more, we'll go on the y-axis. So this will be cost, and then this will be dozens of eggs. Let's label this so we know what we're counting by. So we have 0, 0, good. We have 2, 6, so 2 dozen eggs, $6. 3 dozen eggs is $9. 5 is 15. I think that's a little too high. So this is as much as we can go, or if we can fit on here. And remember, these are a bunch of dots. Some of them may not make too much sense with the eggs, like you can't have half an egg, but we'll worry about that later. Alright, so right here, slices of pizza, slices of pepperoni. It passes 0, 0, so we're good here. Let's check this, and this, and this. So remember, we check going backwards. So 2 divided by 5 is 0.4. So this is times 0.4. 3 divided by 7.5 is 0.4. So this is times 0.4. And then this last one is 12 divided by 30, which is 0.4 again. So they are all multiplied by 0.4. Remember, this is the one we ultimately is the top, topic, we'll say. It kind of gets complicated. I'm just trying to give you something to that you can latch onto like fairly quickly. So we care about the second one. So pepperoni slices. So number of pep slices is proportional to the number of slices of pizza. Okay, so remember this is the one we also care about right now, so I guess we'll use P for pepperoni slices. So number of pep slices. And that will be dependent on the number of slices of pizza. So we'll put Z for pizza. Number of pizza slices. Okay, equation. So we took our slices of pizza and we multiplied it by 0.4. And we got our number of pepperoni. But the way I really want you to write it is pepperoni, number of pepperoni slices is equal to 0.4z. All right, remember the dependent variable goes here, the one we care about. So pepperoni slices depends on the number of pizza slices. For zeros, there was 0. Oh, let's label this first. So 0, 0. 5, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of pizza. 2 pepperoni. You're getting gypped on these. I would imagine it should probably be the opposite numbers, you know? Or the numbers should be switched. And then we got 7.5 and 3. So 6, 7.5, 3. And remember, there are more values. Just not putting points for all of them, because I could put more of these. All right, last example. All right, so 0, 0, nah, not even 0, 0. We don't even have to check the multiplication. So this is not proportional. So if it's not proportional, just circle not proportional. Tell me why. You either show the like what you're multiplying by, or you show that, you know, or you circle the non-0, 0, and you're good to go. You won't have to finish this problem. You'll just circle not proportional and the reason why, and that's it. Thank you.